Again, we are called to pay our last respects to the remains of a departed brother. Brother Emery Ingham, raised 1955 with a divine degree of Master Mason. Here before you lies the narrow house in which he lived, and by means of which we learned to know him. Here before we conclude the last sacred service, which it is our privilege to render, we may appropriately consider a few reflections applicable to the solemnities of the occasion, which should be salutary and impressive to the living. Here friendship yet clings to his earthly tabernacle and brings pleasing reminiscence to the heart. From time immemorial, it has been the custom among the fraternity of ancient free accepted Masons, at the request of a brother or of his nearest relatives, to formally open our lives and reverently place him amid the peaceful surroundings of this his final resting place. In conformity with its usage, we have assembled in the character of Masons to offer up to his memory before the world the tribute of our affection, thereby demonstrating the esteem in which we hold him and our close adherence to the noble principles of our order. There is no death. All that is beautiful and good and true. Human life is no more affected by the shadow called death than by the darkness that divides today from tomorrow. I am the resurrection and the life, saith the Lord. Whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. In this, our brother's hour of victory, we should rejoice that we can see far enough into the future to know that all is well with him. He is but a step in advance of us, and we thank our Creator that we had and loved him for a while. Our thought at this time should be earnest and serious. It is true that they should not be mournful. The lambskin or white apron is an emblem of innocence and a badge of a Mason. It is acknowledged by us to be the highest honor that can be conferred upon a brother. An apron is the first gift to our brother, and by it he was enabled to enter our lodges. May the pure and spotless service so impress our conscience that we shall never forget our obligations and duties. The evergreen which once marked the temporary resting place of one illustrious in Masonic history, is an emblem of our belief in the immortality of the soul. By it, we are reminded that through our faith in the loving kindness of God, we may confidently expect our soul to forever flourish in eternal spring. By it, we are also reminded that we have an immortal part within us that will survive the grave and which will never, never, never die. To our brother's family, we are extending our deepest, sincerest, and most affectionate love. We firmly believe our brother has heard the invitation. Come thou, blessed, inherit the kingdom prepared for you. We know we may look with eyes of faith towards that realm whose skies are never darkened by sorrow. There, amid the sunbeam smiles of immutable love, eternal in the heavens, Almighty God, in his infinite mercy, will grant that we meet to part no more. We say neither good night or goodbye, as those who have no hope, but good morrow, brother. In the confident knowledge that this seeming end is but the sleep of the wintertime, with the bud even now swelling to a glorious bud. And now, beloved brother, good morrow. May your immortal spirit, released from earth by the change called death, spring again into newness of life, expand in immortal beauty in realms beyond the veil. Let us pray. Almighty and most merciful God, in whom we live and move and have our being, and before whom all men must appear to render account for deeds done in the body, we do most earnestly beseech thee, as we now surrender the earthly tabernacle of our departed brother, to impress deeply on our minds the solemnities of this day. May we ever remember that in the midst of life we are in death, and so live and act our several parts, that when the hour of our departure is at hand, the record of our thoughts and deeds may meet with thy approval. With becoming reverence, love, and tenderness, we return to Mother Earth, one of her loved children, earth to earth, ashes to ash, dust to dust. We confidently leave our brother in the keeping of a being who has done all things well, who is glorious in his holiness, wondrous in his power, boundless in his love and mercy. May the Lord bless and keep us. May the Lord make his face to shine upon us and be gracious unto us. And may the Lord lift upon us the light of his countenance and give us peace. Amen.
Amen.
We have a poem written by a brother at Selwood Lodge, the year of my birth, the year and month of my birthday. Good morrow, brother. When autumn leaves descend to earth, swept down by icy winds, and shattered blooms and fragments lie, in tears for summer's end, please sorrow not for winter's sleep, nor cry where garments die. Those withered boughs shall bloom again, once springtime casts its spell, for God has planned that life itself shall seem to fade away, and that we, too, again shall live beyond our forms of clay. Then sorrow not when we depart to the end of summer's bloom, we brothers surely meet again, well past the time, high noon. Good morrow, brother.